Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode. To get a few things out of the way first, you can go to our Facebook page and like us, and I think share us. That's how Facebook works, right? You can share things with friends and stuff to get more people to listen to us. You can also head over to iTunes and like us there, and you can subscribe to us there so that you get our episodes every single week, the same week that we pump them out. You can also head on over to our Twitter page. Our Twitter handle is
@ComesNaturalPod.
and follow us there. We do post things. Let's get started.
Welcome to Comes Naturally. We are
Joe.
I am Cody. Once again, no Mike, so fuck that guy. Welcome. We do not have a Mike's Wrestling Minute because Mike's not here and Joe's not prepared.
About the only thing I'd be prepared for to say is something we've already talked about before with CM Punk. This weekend happens to be his fight. I would love to see it, but I'm going to be in Disneyland, so all y'all out there, go and watch it. I'm sure it's going to be entertaining and fun and whatever. Is it on pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Is his fight on pay-per-view, though?
Yep.
So if you're really into UFC and you want to buy it on pay-per-view and watch it.
Yeah.
That's my wrestling minute.
Boom. That was like less than a minute. Booyah. Booyah. So
We're going to talk about the giant
talk
thing
about
that happened
news. Yep.
today. And?
So Apple had their press conference today for the full official announcement of the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, amongst other things. Apple Watch Series 2, iOS 10, sort of more features in a way, and the release of the date. You'll be able to download it on your device if not getting a new one. Obviously, the big news was the phone and the updated watch.
Yes. But there were other big newses
There were other big newses as well.
that happened.
One of the most shocking.
Which, again, I said this while we were watching it. I don't understand how this didn't get leaked. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty outlandish.
it's been rumored. I shouldn't even say rumored. It's
No, it's been wanted,
It's
like,
been wanted for
People
a very
put
long time.
wanted rumors like, oh yeah, wouldn't it be cool if this was on the iPhone stuff?
Yeah.
And
You're
that
like,
thing is,
you're like, it would be cool, but it would never happen because they have their own system. They're going to do their own thing.
they have their own mobile devices.
Yeah.
It's not as obviously widely as, I mean, actually probably sell more
they're
units.
the number one selling
Yeah.
mobile device out there.
It's just, it's not a cell phone.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you guys haven't guessed what we're talking about, it's Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintendo's officially announced a partnership with Apple for iOS support.
And they're bringing Mario.
And the first one to hit is Mario. It's called Super Mario Run.
Yep.
And it'll be out in December. And it is a side-scrolling
It's a runner game.
based in
The Mario Land, but it looked super awesome.
It does look super awesome. He clambers up stuff, which was super dope because it's an auto run, right? And then there's obstacles, obviously like pipes and the blocks, and you have to hit the blocks. And there's bad guys. We saw Goombas, we saw turtles, we saw. I think we saw fireballs in the one dungeon one, but we didn't see any of their bad guys. But I'm sure
they gave a lot of different interactions, so it is just a automatic side scroller, right? But you'll run into these blocks that they showed that will cause you to bounce backwards or pause you, which was really interesting.
Yeah.
And then you saw like the fireballs come up, and then you
have
can
to
time your run.
Yep, you have to hit the screen to get off the pause block, and it looked really good though. The animation looked good.
Oh my god, the animation looked great. He
Yeah.
was doing like hardcore at some
Yep.
point,
Oh,
just
yeah.
jumping over Goombas.
Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, it was super super cool looking. It's exciting because that's just the first one, the first thing announced. But it's like this is from Nintendo, and they had the man himself, the
Shigeru Miyamoto.
Yep, he was there, the creator the father of Mario, was on stage to announce it. So I mean, it's obviously the first step in many things to come.
I imagine that this is going to be like the big thing. They're going to see how well it works, and if it works well, because it's not going to be a freemium game.
Nope.
You are going to pay for this up front. They didn't announce what the
Pricing
will be. I'm sure they will once it gets closer. Obviously, if not, when it just launches.
Yeah.
But they said that once you buy it, you've bought it. You've bought everything in the game. There is no store that you can purchase stuff from within. You purchased it. You're done with it. So it'll be interesting to see where they price it, if they price it competitively with other runner games,
especially ones that
or
you're paying fully for.
Yeah. I've never really bought games on iOS.
I bought a few. I bought I bought Angry Birds back in the day before it was free because it used to be $1.
Oh yeah, I did buy
or
Angry
99
Birds.
cents.
But so what would you say would be your price point for like a Mario game? Where would you think that they would be good for them?
If we're talking about this Mario game,
Yes.
I would say the most I think I would pay is $2, maybe $3, like $2.99 or $1.99, probably the most I'd want to spend, just because it is literally just a runner.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna hit that 99 cents mark. Just seems like a good price point for them, but also just seems like a really, like introductory price for something that doesn't have a lot, to it. I can't imagine what else. Like the premium portion of it would be.
Yeah.
That, like the store bought stuff. I mean, maybe a different outfit. You make him look like Luigi, or make him look like Fire Mario or whatever. Like get him a Kakuna suit or whatever. I would definitely probably get a frog suit for him though, because one of my favorites.
Yeah, you did love the frogs.
Yeah, I love the frogs. What about you? What would you say? Well, if obviously someone who hasn't really bought many games.
I would definitely say this would be a sure purchase at 99 cents.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
My problem is I can see this being a $4.99 game.
Yes.
That they could easily charge for it. And at that point, it starts to get a little iffy because it is just a side runner game. Granted, it's not an infinite runner, which, if you did $5 for an infinite runner, it'd be stupid. This one actually has levels and stuff that you can progress through, much like a Mario game where you work your way to the flag pole, literally, and just move on to the next level from
It even
there.
has like a multiplayer component to it, which is pretty dope.
Right. It had ghost running, so you could race against a friend who you're
previously
ghost running
ran.
against. Yeah. I would say the most I probably would pay for this would be $2. So, hope at 99 cents. It would be a definite buy at 99 cents because
it would be hard for me to do the $2.99, like the $3. $2, I'd probably go ahead and do it. But 99 cents for sure. Like out, like as soon as I just hit it. Like just take my monies.
Even if the game wouldn't be great, like I play Futurama constantly.
Yeah.
And I can see the overall arc in game like this just being like Futurama, where you're just running through different stages. But I would want this to be popular just so that they do make more games. And I would hope I'm not even saying getting like a Zelda game. I want like a Metroid game.
Yep.
On the iPhone, some really cool. I don't even know what it would be. It could be a side scroller as well.
Yeah. And the thing about this is like he Miyamoto even talked about it. It's the idea behind it is it's a game you can play on your iPhone with one hand.
Yeah.
And that was the whole thing: is you hold on to a rail at the subway, or the handle on a subway, eat a hamburger, whatever. But that's the idea behind it, because the Japanese culture. For people who don't know, they're very big on efficiency and being able to do things.
Yes.
So making a game where you solely can play it with one hand, like literally your thumb.
It's literally just tap and jump.
Yep.
And if you hold it, he jumps higher.
Exactly. Yep. So it's not like you don't have to swipe left or right to make him duck or anything. You literally just hit him, jump. And the way it looked is you don't run, like, it looks like he was just literally clambering over bad guys. So I don't know if that got him points for killing them, because it didn't seem like he was running into any bad guys. He looked like there was just you jump over him, land on him, or just like at one point he looked like he, like you said, parkoured over.
Yeah, it was weird.
So I was like, I don't know if that was like a short tap and he just like did that, or it was, I don't know. It was interesting. It's interesting to see what it is, because it may just be one of those things where the only thing that stops you or slows you down, if you hit it, you stop. You know what I mean?
Because it's a timed thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're racing to get better score, more coins, or a faster time.
Yep. So it seemed pretty interesting. But like I said, it's the first of many to come. But I mean, it does open the floodgates for so much more. I mean, porting of old games.
Oh my god.
Like making a store where you could get a Nintendo app that would just let you buy the games and play them on there.
Getting the original Mario on
exactly.
there. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's
so many people would do that.
It's ridiculous to think about. I mean, really. I said this before. Can you imagine like a Mario Party game?
Yeah.
Where you'd have an iPad, and the iPad was the world, and then everybody's controller is their iPhone or iPod, and then you link up through the app, and you can play a party, but on your like you have the board and then you have your multiples. Like that's like it should be.
And it's not like that's unheard of. That
Yeah.
there are games out there that I've seen that do that. They're just not very.
Life does it. Monopoly. Did it.
They're just not huge games in my world.
Yeah.
But something like that in Nintendo, for something from Nintendo, I mean, you own an iPad Pro.
Yep.
And we all have iPhones. We could literally come over here and just waste some time on Wednesday and just play a game. That would be
amazing.
Fantastic.
Speaking of which, reminds me of the thing I read on, I don't know if it was Reddit or if it was Dig, but the developers of Dungeons and Dragons.
Are they making a mobile game?
They are making a mobile version that'll run on an iPad with support for mobile devices.
Oh, so that.
Yep. Exactly what we talked about. That's where the idea came from.
That would actually be really interesting.
Yep. Because think about it, you have all your control, all your stats and everything on there. You could roll the figurative dice through it, and then you'd have a map on your iPad that would basically be the dungeon, and then your dungeon master could create it, and it would just pop up different things. You could see like an animation of the creature or whatever it is on the screen when you go through. It'd be super dope.
You wouldn't even have to have a dungeon master, like a physical one.
You wouldn't have to, but it'd be fun if you did, though.
It'd be fun to give that option, but if you didn't want to, if you wanted to do something more on the fly, and you just had, randomly generate a dungeon, that'd be absolutely fantastic. And then everybody's character could just be carried with them because it's their phone that it's attached to.
Yep. So I think they talked about they're going to look at crowdfunding it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that.
If they make it really well, I'd totally be down for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't think of it then. I wonder if the D&D stuff, like the manuals, are on iBooks and stuff.
It's one of those things that I would say I don't see why not, but at the same time,
I wonder if Wizard of the Coast have done it.
They might not have done it.
Interesting.
Yeah, something to look up later.
So yeah, that the Nintendo partnership is by far the thing that surprised me the most out of everything.
Yeah.
Out of the blue. I didn't even hear rumblings, official rumblings of this, rumors. There's, we were saying earlier, there's always been people, wouldn't it be cool if? Yeah, well, that's a big difference between a leak.
the New York Post or some journal being hey, we've heard that they've been in talks with Shigeru Miyamoto.
Boom. Not just that, Nintendo. When he, boom, Nintendo came up, we're
well, it was the whole speech leading up to it. And they're and this guy's never been seen on any other platform, and he blah blah blah. And I was sitting there going, Mario? Nintendo?
Yeah, it was fucking.
And
nuts.
then he just suddenly goes, "It's Mario," and here's he waves out Shigeru Miyamoto to come out and talk more about it. And I'm like, we were both just sitting there, shocked.
It's unbelievably. I was just what now?
Yeah.
What? So yeah, that's fucking unbelievable. Let's see.
That was pretty much the start.
That was literally that's how they started. Yeah, he came out, did the education stuff, right?
Yep.
Talked about that. Talked about what they're doing with the schools, and then the update stuff, and then gave you fucking Nintendo. It was crazy. I think that's more shocking than last year when they did they had Microsoft on stage with them for the Office stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This one blew my mind. No one knew. Well, people knew Office has been on iOS for a while now, but no one knew they were having such a deep partnership where we actually have Microsoft employees working at Apple campus to work on Office for
Office,
or for Apple and stuff. It's fucking crazy. But this, mind blowing.
Yep.
So, whew, that was a hell of a way to start off the fucking conference for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Then they went into watchOS updates.
Yep.
Which is just obviously a refresh of the OS itself with some new features, and then Series 2 for the Apple Watch. Which the big thing obviously is, the two big things would be the GPS integration. Or I guess three big things: GPS integration, non-usage of the phone, so you can use it as a standalone device.
Yep.
Which means you could actually get an Apple Watch and not have to have an iPhone.
No, because it has the GPS.
It has the GPS in it. You just obviously lose the app support for other things.
Yeah.
But technically you could buy it and use it, because right now you can't even set it up without an iPhone. Yeah. Because you can't even use an iPad or an iPod. It has to be an
and
iPhone.
You can't
so.
connect it to a computer.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the third thing was the fact that it is water resistant.
Waterproof.
Waterproof. I'm sorry, waterproof.
Specifically
Yeah.
said waterproof.
This is waterproof. Yes. The other one is water resistant. This is like 50 meters supported. Like this is like legit. Like you could go diving with this.
They were literally saying that.
Yeah.
They were showing people, look, you can swim with this thing. In fact, we even made apps.
Yep. A swimming app. Two, technically, actually. Well, in the fitness one, they have 2 swimming exercise trackers inside the fitness app. So it's like, what?
They put serious math into that, too.
Oh, they showed like the lady swimming with the crazy breather thing on.
And they're talking about how they took blood work to measure this and measure that.
Lactic acids. And then they showed the device they built to use the stress of the watch, which basically had 6 watches on this crazy wheel that just literally like ran it for like
in and out of water.
24 hours a day for weeks on end to see the wear and tear on the watch. I'm like, dang. So that was pretty interesting. The watch itself looks exactly the same for the most part. Internals have been switched up a little bit. New chip.
Mm-hmm. Supposed to be what, 50%? Was that one 50% faster than?
Yeah, because it's a dual core.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, because obviously watching the conference, they throw so many numbers at you.
Numbers.
Percent. Yeah, so it's 50% faster than what's now known as the Series 1. And the GPU built into it is
is
twice
better,
as fast or something like that.
So better graphics, brighter screen because they redid the LCD on it or LED on it. He said the new redesigned speaker, which is part of the waterproofing, is they changed the actual completely build of the speaker itself, which he said is louder now.
Makes sense too.
Yeah, because it's more flush.
Yeah.
But also, when you get done with the water exercise, it actually ejects water out by pumping the speaker to flush water out of the enclosure. Because really, they could seal up all the buttons like you do in any device,
but you can't seal a speaker
because it needs air.
Yeah.
So they had to have it open. So what they had to do is they had to redesign how the speaker worked, and they just changed the way it worked, and boom.
Yep.
So that's pretty awesome. Better battery life, they said, but that's also going to happen if you have a Series 1, as they're referred to now. The update for iOS or for WatchOS 3 will improve your battery life there too, because they're tweaking some stuff.
Honestly, I've never had a problem with the battery on my watch.
I do sometimes, but it's because I use it too much.
Yeah, see, I'm probably the more normal user of it.
For sure.
Yeah, check time every once in a while, check notifications, and I'm pretty much
control stuff. I reply to things. I talk to it like Dick Tracy.
Yeah, I get definitely 2 days out of mine.
Not me. I get a day. Sometimes not even that.
Now, with all that said, is that an upgrade for you? Is that something that, like, all those features that were released, is that something that you're like, yes? Because the starting price was $369, which is actually pretty.
So like the
pretty reasonable. Your watch was what,
$599? So it's the same one
that
I have.
That you'd have, yeah.
So it'd be the same price, it'd just be like a year later being upgrading. So maybe not, depends. The other big thing we did skip over is the in addition to the Apple Watch, for the most popular app on iPhone right now, which is Pokemon Go.
Oh, right, Pokemon Go.
So Pokemon Go is announcing support for the Apple Watch through the app, just like anything else. It's going to have like a fitness aspect to it, because really Pokemon Go is for fitness, really. I mean, yes, it's fun, but it's a reason to get people out and about and do activities, sightsee, things like that. And this is just another component of it, because now you don't have to whip your phone out and look at your screen until you want to get a Pokemon, which I thought was I kind of wish they would have done, like you could actually catch the Pokemon from your watch, like kind of like the Pokemon Plus would be.
Yeah.
But I get it. I mean, the cool thing is it's going to show you're nearby, but it's also going to give you a haptic feedback when their Pokemon
actually does appear.
When one does appear, like he showed the Snorlax during the press conference. So then you'd pull your phone out and catch the that's that. The question for me though is it a glance, as in you can run it from the watch, or do you have to have it open on your phone?
Right, because obviously they showed it just running on the phone, and wasn't there like some sort of, he pushed to start and then there was like a push to stop when they did the walking thing?
Yeah, so you could track your walking. So I'm wondering if it's
another like,
because you can use it to hatch eggs and track your egg.
Yeah,
because they showed hatching an egg from the watch.
Right.
So it's running something, because there's apps that are on the watch you can run solely without having to have your phone open.
Right, and they make mention of how the Series 2 is going to be faster in the updating of information on the watch. But yeah, the question would be, is this something that's going to actively always run in the background? So while you're wearing your watch, you're tracking that distance for you, or is it something where you're going to have that app open in order to do
It's
that?
funny though you mentioned that, because in the press conference, the Pokemon Go was before they announced Series 2 Watch. That was during the Watch OS stuff.
Yeah.
So that doesn't even talk about the GPS usage of just the watch.
Right.
So I wonder if it still uses the phone.
That's yeah.
So the app would have to be open just in battery saver mode, so upside down in your pocket.
Well, since they didn't say that, I would hope that it would still
Run
be
separately?
able to run separately
And just
from
be able
it.
to talk to it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because
We'll
it could
find out
use-
in
yeah.
December.
It could still use the GPS of the phone and the tracking on the watch, but then at that point, I think yes, it would have to be open on the watch in order to be running.
Yeah. Well, I
Maybe.
figured that part, because even if you turn on a glance, which they showed, it showed the distance for your eggs. They showed 2 eggs in there, and it was a glance. By the way, if you guys don't want to glance on an Apple Watch, it's the face, but it's a complication to the face, so it has extra stuff on it. And this one happens to be a complication for Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
So it's made one just for it. So when you download and install the watch version of it, you will get that as a capability of it, giving you a watch face that has the complications, which are the integration to the apps themselves. So like the egg hatching and your distance and things like that. But it actually had when you open the app on the watch, it showed a map where your surroundings. It shows you everything like that.
Showed you the 3 nearby. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
So the top 3 nearby, just like it would on your screen, without having to open the nearby menu, you can actually see it, which is pretty dope just in general. So that was not a shocker. We knew it was going to come because how popular it is.
Right.
But it's definitely a big surprise to what they're doing with it, because you can actually collect Pokestops from there.
Yep.
It actually shows
They
you.
show the little spin. You literally spin it, and it gives you all the little information about the Pokestop, which is
by the way,
cool.
most people don't actually do. But yes, if you click on the name of it,
Yeah.
it gives you the info of the Pokestop and kind of why it's the reason why it's a Pokestop, not just hey, it's a McDonald's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is coming soon, but
It's a wired dude on a skateboard.
yeah, it's a metal guy skating, whatever. By the way, that was a stop we saw today.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then to your question about the Watch Series 2, it might be. The GPS is neat. I mean, the big thing is they did that because people complain, I don't want to keep my phone on me when I'm like going to run.
Yeah,
so obviously they did that so you could do that. And obviously it introduced the second big reveal for the watch, which is the Nike Plus version.
Yep.
Nike Plus, if you guys don't know, is a fitness thing through Nike itself, the company. Used to get a Bluetooth fob that connected via a Bluetooth from your iPad or iPod or iPhone and tracked your running. You put it on the laces of your shoe. It has a pedometer on it, blah, blah, blah. Then they came out with one that attached to your arm. Then they came out with a wrist-mounted one.
They had one that went in the shoe, too.
They had one that went in the shoe.
Yeah.
They had shoes that actually had it built into the shoe.
Yeah.
It was the right shoe, I think.
Fucking hilarious.
I think then. So they announced that version of the watch. It is a Series 2 watch, just a Nike Plus one. So it has built into the OS is Nike stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not meaning you can't get a Watch 2 and get a Nike app. It just won't be integrated in through the same way it is in the watch, because it actually has interfaces in it for that. It's a complication built in already, or in a glance built in already. I'm sure they can build one for.
Came with its own
know.
special band too.
Yeah, it was special. Nike. Once I saw it, I was like, it looked like a Nike one.
Oh yeah.
'Cause it had the hideous
black
colors.
and, and neon green.
Yeah,
and,
just fucking with the holes in it, like you see any like Nike stuff.
Yeah.
Always has those weird colors. Has a social aspect to it. What just popped up?
a Kingler,
Oh shit!
right?
Sorry guys, we're gonna catch some Pokemon while we're talking here. So the big thing with that is obviously it's for runners and people who will be exercising that. And they built part of it and the reason it's built into the watchOS of that special version is because it has special notifications for motivation and stuff. And so that's probably one of the big things about it.
Yeah, they had this whole big thing. What was the phrase? Are you running today?
Are you running today? Yeah.
Yeah, and they'd sit
That
there
is
and tell
definitely
you.
a Kingler.
Did I? It booked on me.
Did it really? Yeah, because you don't have a screen. Check it, see if it fucked up. So that was pretty dope. I'm gonna use Ultra Ball on it. So
Go fuck yourself.
no, thank you.
I didn't.
So I mean that's cool that they're working with other people for it. Yeah, it does suck.
Yeah.
He broke out of mine but didn't book. So obviously they're as they said in the press conference, the second most popular watch brand in the world, which is stupid because it's only been out for 18 months.
Right. I would wonder how close they are to Rolex too. That's who they had as number one. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Boom!
Catching fucking kinglers with your Ultra Ball.
Yeah. I don't even have a Krabby. That's the best part.
I know.
Boom. Booyah. 650 points.
What CPU was it?
$399.
Oh, mine.
I mean, it's not great. It's a evolved version of it, but it's still, I mean.
It's another one that I've seen and haven't caught.
Yeah, so I mean, it's nice to see that. Obviously, when it first came out, there's a lot of rumors that the watch isn't selling nearly as good. It had a price drop.
Even working at some big box stores that we do, we saw a lot of them purchased and then a lot returned.
Yep. It's an expensive thing, and that's the thing. Apple, like, people don't often understand. Apple is not just a brand, but it's a glory. It's like a what's the word? I don't want to say privileged brand, but I mean, it really is what it is. It's a high-end brand.
It's a very, like, white ear pods,
Yeah. Yep. But it's a status thing. Yeah. But it's very well branded. Mm-hmm. And obviously, having a watch, a lot of people knew it was coming. There was a lot of rumors about it when it was finally announced. Pre-orders were ridiculous on it.
Yeah.
It was selling it everywhere. Like Joe said, working at a big box store, we saw them come back.
Yeah.
We often wondered why, but then realized people they've spent $400, $500 on a watch and they're never going to use half the features on it.
Yeah.
Which is obviously, if you buy a watch that has features on it, if you're not using those features, then you just wasted your money. If you buy a Rolex, you're buying it for the name, because the Rolex doesn't do anything but tell you time and the date.
Right.
And some of those don't even tell you the date; they just tell you the day. They don't have a month. They don't have a year. It's literally just, is it the 28th? Boom, you know it's the 28th. Then you have to remember what month it is. Is it August? What month is it? September? I don't know. It's the 28th of one of these months, and by the air, I'm gonna guess later half. So we did see a lot of them come back. There's a lot of rumors that they're struggling to sell them. Obviously, it's not the case.
Nope.
I think what really helped is the price drop on some of them. When we bought ours, we also had a little different way of getting ours, but the price drop did help. And obviously, it wasn't nearly as rough for them as everyone supposed it was, because number 2 brand in the world in watches, and when you looked at that list, there was only one name on there I didn't really recognize. It was that 2 name one. I didn't really what it was now. Yeah. But I was like, it's a European brand. Some crazy, like, people see it in magazine ads and they're like, oh, look at this, it's a blah blah blah. Like, if I see a Rolex, I can tell it's a Rolex because why? It says big gold letters says Rolex on it, and they're hideous watches, most of them. But it was weird to see Casio was on there, like Seiko was on there.
Yeah, Casio rounded out the top.
Yep, like
10.
And then it got dropped off obviously because Apple took over. But yeah, so it's interesting to see. So obviously they did well enough, but also partnershiped with obviously Nike, one of the biggest sports brands in the world, if not the biggest sports brand in the world. I know Adidas is like really big other places, but I think pretty sure Nike, obviously Jordan's helped that quite a bit. So they're probably, I mean, it does help that, but they're making, the thing about it is they're going forward with this, obviously with a partnership with Nike, to make a separate version of the Apple Watch Series 2 that is a Nike Plus version. So obviously they're doing well enough where Nike wants to get in bed with them for this.
And they have the ability then to release a shit ton more different watches, which is completely weird to me.
Yeah, so so not only do we have the 4 colors of the regular one, then they have 4 colors of the Nike one. Mm-hmm. And they introduced a new material for the Apple Watch because they got rid of the crazy expensive gold one.
Yeah, and
they have a regular gold one. They have the aluminum one, the stainless steel, and the rose gold. Now they're introducing a 5th color and a 3rd material, which is ceramic, and it's a shiny white one. When you say, to me, it basically looks like a toilet. It's that shiny white. It's like a pearlesque look to it.
Yeah. Well, they said pearl. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's porcelain. A pearlized, porcelain looking. It's made of ceramics, not porcelain. It's the worst fucking thing is porcelain. You hit it on something, it just breaks. I don't ever hit a toilet and anything solid. It just fucking breaks. I have. So ceramics, obviously, it's lighter than aluminum. It's stronger than the steel. I do believe it's more expensive. I don't know. I clicked on the filter to look at the pricing.
Say, in the press conference, they didn't say pricing there. They obviously just said everything's starting at $269.
So $269 for Series 1. Series 2 would be $369.
Yeah.
That's starting at, so that means they go up just like anything else.
Yeah.
There's a VIN on that, too.
It's not a fucking Kingler.
Oh, there's also a Graveler somewhere over here.
Fucking Kingler just booked on me.
That's fucking bullshit. He's gone though, right?
He's gone.
He's not on your thing at all?
Nope.
Good thing you caught it, because he probably would have booked it on me, too, if I didn't catch him. He did waste 2 of my Ultra Balls, though.
Oh.
Well, he wasted 1 of them, because he popped out of it, and then he obviously got caught in the second one, so.
Obviously, because
I have him now.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get rid of him.
You don't even have a Krabby.
Nope. I have a Kingler, though.
You've never even caught one Krabby.
I've never actually physically seen one. I've seen a silhouette, like a nearby one. I've never actually seen one, though.
I have like 6 of them.
Crabbies?
I've had 6 crabbies. Yeah.
Really?
I've
You caught crabbies?
Yeah, I've caught crabbies.
Yeah, you're gross. You have crabs.
Yeah, lots of them.
In your face and on your crotch. Because of the beard. But, so obviously, basically what we're getting at is the Apple Watch is doing really well. There's a lot of versions of it.
Yep.
Is it a direct upgrade for me? Maybe. It would be nice to have 2 watches. Without,
one for each wrist, just in case.
Well, yeah, I mean, come on. What time is it? Well, left arm is. Weird. The right watch is the same.
Like a minute off.
It's weird. No, but it'd be nice to like not have to switch bands if I bought a band because I keep.
It's really not that hard to switch bands.
Well, I know, but like it'd be nice to have like 2 set up already, like a fancy one and not fancy one. But I would just be at the point I didn't do that. Like
now, going into this event, we obviously knew that they would be releasing,
rumors were they're releasing an updated watch.
Is there a feature on it that you would be like, yes, absolutely yes?
The
or even
waterproof portion.
The waterproof is what kind of sells me on
Yeah.
it. I absolutely love things that are waterproof, dustproof, and stuff like that.
I freak out when I get water on mine.
Exactly.
I know it gets on the face, and like the face is sealed. I know that already from even watching the iFixit breakdown.
Right.
But I know the buttons aren't, like the crown's not, and the
right.
I can't remember what that one's called. The one button. And then obviously speaker's not. But this one is, so that's kind of a nice thing. Like I don't have to wear it washing my now when I go to wash my hands, I have to kind of push my hand away. So like if I'm using a public restroom, I try not to use my left hand as much to touch anything, so I don't have to wash more of it. Like I still use soap and water, but I wash the fingers on my.
You're more worried about the watch.
Yeah, like I don't care about anything else. Like obviously I want to get my hand clean, but I don't want my watch fucking destroyed because I did pay so much for the watch. The Graveler got closer.
Yeah, I see that.
But I don't know. The GPS thing's cool. I don't run. If anyone knows me, I don't bike.
You used to swim though.
I used to swim. I don't have a pool, so I don't swim now. If I did, I would swim because I love swimming. Really good at it. Hold my breath. That's for 2 things.
Yeah. It is.
Swimming and
snorkeling.
Swimming. Yeah, you can snorkel in a pool. I mean, when I was younger, I did scuba diving because I'm in San Diego and it's accessible there.
Right.
You do it now. You have to go to fucking Lake Pleasant and hope you don't get stuck by a syringe.
Scuba diver's license?
I used to. I don't have anymore. It lapses every 3 years, I think.
We should get licensed.
Yeah, it's fun. I used to. I mean, we went a bunch of times. It's really fun because we had a lake, El Capitan Lake in San Diego. Yeah,
that's where they got it from.
Yep, that's exactly where they got it from. And it's a cool lake. It's a very large lake, but it's a mountain lake, so it's fucking freezing cold all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the best of snorkeling in, but we've gone there before. Obviously, going to the beach, and we live in San Diego, so the beach is very close. No matter which direction you go, you're gonna get to a beach that's very close. Some of them you don't want to go diving in. Obviously, you want to go more north. Obviously, you don't want to be in surfing areas because
you can get hit by a
bad
surfboard.
news. But yeah, snorkeling's fun. Like snorkeling, scuba diving's really fun. But it's not great. But it's pretty cool.
There you go, Mike. There's your challenge. We're gonna get scuba diving license. It's not license.
Have we ever asked him? Does he swim?
I don't know. He's from Yuma, so that's true.
I mean, desert people. I don't know if they swim or not.
I'm not sure.
I know he didn't grow up with a pool. He's never really talked about it.
That's
a good question.
Ask him later.
All right, Mike. I'm gonna forget.
He'll answer it next week for you.
Yeah, probably, maybe. I don't know. Probably not. Let's see. On the topic of the watches, though, the waterproof thing enticing me, the GPS thing. Obviously, with being able to be used as an API, things like Pokemon Go will be able to use it. So, you could use it for that. I mean, if there's anything standalone, but again, you can't really catch them from your watch just yet. So it's hard to say, but I don't know. I might want it. I mean, there's nothing other than the waterproof. I was hoping for maybe a slim down design, but obviously with all the stuff in it, it's really hard to make it any thinner than it is.
Yeah, it's really hard. The one thing I do like about that, though, is that means that any accessories that you purchased for your original watch, like I purchased the Lunatic
the case thing
case
for it,
just for when I go hiking or whatnot, that little bit of extra protection. But since they didn't announce any size changes or anything like that, it seems like any of your watch bands, any of your accessories will just work with this.
Yeah, I think it's the reason why they call it Series 2 versus a Watch 2.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to stress the fact that it's the same physical size.
Yeah.
And they didn't mention anything about being smaller or lighter other than the ceramic, because obviously that is lighter.
Yeah.
And stronger.
They just mentioned more about the internals, how much faster it goes, and that it's more that it is waterproof.
It's a dual core processor, and the fact. Oh, another thing too is they are updating the Watch Series 1. The newer ones manufactured, they even said will have the dual core.
Yeah,
which
was pretty cool.
And that'll help with the speed.
That was kind of a theme throughout the whole entire conference too. That instead of keeping things the same from the previous generations, that they were actually updating the previous.
There seems to be a thing with them a lot though too lately. Even with the iPad, when they introduced the iPad Pro, it wasn't the 2, whatever the mini one, this regular size one's called. So
iPad.
Well, yeah, it's the iPad. Where it's because it's a Pro version, but it's the size of a regular iPad, like Air. It's still just the Pro version. It's the 9.7 versus the 12. The little things they did to that version, they added some of those features to the iPad Pro, like the bigger capacity, which fucking angers me. Sorry. Because I want a 256. That's why I'm excited about the phone having 256. So I'm gonna fucking store everything in it.
Got a hard on for 256 meg.
I have a hard on for anything more than what was in before.
Very true, I suppose.
I have every time I upgrade my iPhone, I get the next size, the biggest I can get.
Yeah, you do.
Because I like them big.
Overcompensating.
Yeah, I have, because I have way too much stuff.
He's like, look at all this storage, guys, and I'm like, look, it's the same size as my phone.
Same physical size. That's the benefit. See, it's the same physical size as yours, but I can store more. Yeah, Mr. Oh, I finally got away from the smallest size possible.
Yeah, look at me. Look at me, actually. I went from the 16 gig all the way to 32 gig, and then Apple Music came along. And I'm like, well, I don't have to store music on my phone anymore, so here's 32 gigabytes of audiobooks.
Exactly. I don't give a fuck. I can store all the Kindle books.
Even though I only listen to them one at a time, and then I actually
Do you delete them? I have not deleted a single one.
I delete them off my device.
Yeah, I have not. I just realized that the other day. I'm like, oh, I might probably have a bunch on my phone.
Oh, if I would have kept them all on there, it'd be a lot.
Yeah.
That's an official number, too.
Because that's not just the audio. We have the audiobook and the Kindle portion of it.
Yeah, I don't put the Kindle portion on my phone either. Because
yeah. Oh, because you use Audible.
I use Audible on my phone.
Because you use it the
I would really like the Amazon Kindle app to support the CarPlay stuff.
I think it's dumb that they have two apps. I realize it's two companies.
Right, but it's still Amazon.
Yeah, it's Amazon. They should have Audible tied into the Kindle app.
You can.
Well, no, I'm saying they should have it just in there, like automatically. There's no Audible app. It should just be a Kindle app. And if you want to use Audible, there should be a button to go Audible. But like if you open a book and you have it with Whisper Sync, or you buy the audiobook with it, it's literally just a play button. It used to be different. You had to hit the audio thing, or you had to switch it from the book to that. Now it's literally just a play button in the bottom. It's the greatest thing I've ever done. Because I don't read books on my phone, mainly because it's fucking annoying because it's so small.
Yeah.
But that's why I bought a Kindle.
Yeah.
Which is funny. I was like, why isn't this updating? I realized it switched the router, didn't put the Kindle on the new Wi-Fi. So I was like, why the fuck is this updating? Went to go read the End of Misery, and I was like, fuck is happening? Why isn't this updating? And I was like,
To be fair, you'll have that issue every once in a while. Like in the last couple of days, I've run into an issue where the Kindle won't update won't update the server. Like it'll say you can literally force it to sync to the furthest page, and it'll be like, hey, don't worry, buddy, you're on the furthest page. next morning I'd get up and I'd go to sync my phone up so that I can listen to it on my drive to work, and it's like, no, you're at the furthest page already, and I'm like, no, I'm not.
No, I don't think I
should
am.
be further.
Because I read yesterday on a book.
Then I close out my, then I go back over to my Kindle and I pop open my Kindle. My Kindle's like, you're on page 149, but your latest read page is 130 something. You want to go back to the 130 something? I'm like, no, I want this to go the other way.
What am I, Martin McFly? I don't want to go back in time.
Right? They really do need to fix that. I mean, it'll be perfect for the longest time after an update, and then slowly, for some reason, it just
worse.
stops
Hence the reason they
syncing
brought back an
correctly.
update. They're like, fuck, panic, patch it.
Anyway.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah.
Capacity. I think Mike's here. The watch, again, so basically, might be an upgrade, I don't know. As the other big announcement,
Yeah, right.
since we are
Already
really running out of time.
Yeah.
The big announcement for today was the one everyone was really waiting for, which is the iPhone 7. No!
Let me talk.
No!
Oh, my God.
Leave.
talk.
You don't even have a microphone.
I'll take Joe's.
You're not even here.
I'm here. I took Joe's microphone.
No.
Anyway, so obviously the announcement of the iPhone 7
Yes.
and the iPhone 7 Plus.
Yes. So it's not the active. Like, it was rumored for a while that there would be the active
Yep.
version, and it's not. that.
No, it does have a major design upgrade. The body style is very, very similar overall. The biggest thing, the camera still protrudes, but not nearly as much, I noticed, because it's not a metal ring. It's actually part of the body.
Yep.
But the biggest improvement to the body style is the fact that it's water and dust resistant.
Yeah. They say that even though it's IP67.
Yep.
I know most people probably don't know what that means.
What does that mean?
IP6 is actually the highest rating for dust. I say dust resistance, but dust proofing, meaning that there is no way in their 8 hours of testing that dust got into this device. So it's IP6 rated and it should be really good against dust. It's IP7 rated, meaning that they tested it for, I believe, 30 minutes under 1 meter of water.
Yeah.
So it
Within
should be
1 meter of water.
Within 1 meter of water. It should be waterproof. Obviously, they don't want to say that because you don't want people
Swimming with it.
And yeah, you don't want other random shit to happen. But yeah, so it should be dustproof, waterproof, which for me is a huge seller because
Yes.
obviously these guys know I have a life-proof case on mine because, well, a lot of times I don't buy the insurance plans to go along with it. I would totally get the Apple one, but the last time I bought my phone, they didn't offer it, and I didn't really think about it. But yeah, so it keeps the life-proof case, keeps all the water out, keeps all the dust out, but it does hinder things.
Yep.
And that's what I don't like. But in this case, it's already going to be waterproof, essentially waterproof and dustproof
For the most, what you're needing.
for the most part.
Yep.
Yeah, so I can sit there and be one of those people that buys cases and be like, oh, this case is super nice. It has Kylo Ren on it, I guess. That's me putting a case on the phone.
I think someone is pointing out someone has a certain thing on their phone.
Right, but if you found another case that you'd like, for you, it's a matter of just like, I'm going to buy
I'll break
this
this
for a
down.
while.
So Joe gets his phone cases for protection because
Yes.
he's anal, doesn't have protection on his, which is fine. You don't have protection, it's perfectly okay. He doesn't want his phone to go bad or anything like that. So I get it. I loathe fucking cases. Like, I hate them.
Yeah.
I didn't like it on my iPad. That's why I don't have one for my iPad Pro. Mainly because the keyboard does perfectly fine, but it's made of aluminum. It's not going to scratch. If it does, fucking it's the outside. The screens are goddamn. For me, I've dropped my phone before. I've hit it against something in my pocket. I've never had a broken screen.
Right.
Luckily, knock on wood. But the thing is, I fucking hate them. I hate phone cases in general. We have all talked about it.
Yeah.
I don't buy phone cases for protective. I buy them because they're cool looking. I bought the Kylo Ren one because I like Kylo Ren, and it's a dope looking case. It's fucking falling apart because it's like a $5 case, but
it's seriously, it's one of those things that's cool. I'm buying that.
Yep.
Click it on there, and
Boom.
we're good to go.
that's all I got it for.
Look at
And the fact that it hopefully this matte one is less slick because if you put, which is funny because the two cases I've put on this phone were both slick.
Oh yeah.
So the bamboo one I had,
Yeah.
like you put like after like at first it was like kind of but if you put it in your pants, it falls right off. I was like, well, this is obviously not a good thing. So I was like, whatever. Then she took that off because it pissed me off. And then the Kylo Ren's a polished plastic, so it also slides off. And I was like, well, obviously not get a case for keeping it somewhere.
Safe. Yeah.
But yeah, like I just hope that the matte black one, or as it's called
Black.
on there, black. The pincer? Really? I got to restart my thing. It says nothing's near me.
Go fuck yourself and your king.
Fuck you. You had a chance to get a Kingler. You're getting mad at me.
Fucking Kingler showed up,
Kingler
Mike.
showed up here and I caught it and he didn't because it ran away.
One throw, and it booked on me.
Not mine. 2 throws, caught it in an Ultra Ball. By the way, I'm level 20 now, Mike. Boom. Yeah, I got Ultra Balls, kid.
Sweet, right?
Yeah.
That was awful.
Dude, I had 414 things in my bag when I leveled up. Because I was worried it was going to, like, not give me all the stuff because I didn't have it. Gave me 2 reusable or 3-time use incubators, and I have 3. It gave me 20 Ultra Balls, fuck ton of potions, a bunch of revives, shit I just deleted anyways right away. But I went up 414 things in my bag. I was like, well, I'm not gonna get anything from Pokestops right now. So I deleted all the potions they gave me and all the revive crystals, and I still had like 380 something stuff. Like, so I started catching everything. I was like, fuck you. It was awesome. I wasn't using Great Balls or Ultra Balls at all until the Kingler showed up. I used the Ultra Ball for the first time. Oh, look, a pincer. Hey, that's weird. Yeah. So, biggest thing about the iPhone. You could have said, I'll call you back. It's a message thing on there.
No, just keep
Anyways, so iPhone 7 comes in 4 colors now. You have was it 4 colors?
Yeah, it was 4 colors.
The rose gold, the silver, the black, and the
they
jet
got
black.
rid of the space gray.
Yeah, no space gray, no gold, which everyone thought they was gonna have, which I thought was, I mean, I guess you could do it, but whatever, not really a big thing. The piano black one, or jet black as it's called, because they can't call it piano black. They could, I don't think someone else has it. Anyways, is way too shiny for me. Granted, it's crazy build of it. I thought maybe it was gonna be the ceramic one like the watch was, but just black instead of white. But it's actually aluminum body, just super polished to like ridiculous standards.
Yeah.
And ionized, like all sorts of crazy shit to get the black, because the black's actually infused into aluminum instead of making it like a paint or like a finish. It's like straight up just melded into it. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
That video was super engineer porn.
Right.
But I'm getting the matte one, so the black one,
Yeah.
because it's like a rough polished
It's a nicer.
aluminum.
To me, it's nicer looking.
It does look nicer. I'm getting the plus for sure. Mainly because that camera setup is fucking
Intense.
nuts. Like dual camera, 1 telephoto, 1 wide. It's fucking crazy. But also it's I like the bigger screen. I've played with them and I regret not getting one, even though I talked shit about it before. It's too big of a phone. Well, I'm an asshole. The improvements on it, obviously, I'm going from a 6 to it. So like the performance they showed on it, staggering. Like it was kind of ridiculous. The performance they got for difference between even the 6S to the 7, and especially from the 6 to the 7, because like doubled performance on some of them. 2/3 performance on other things. Like graphics is like double, 60%. Like it's stupid, like numbers.
Yeah.
But it's been 2 years, so it's time for a new phone. Way more than time for a new phone. Just lazy. And I like it's one of those things like, oh, I guess I'll get the new one. And I'm like, nah, I'll wait. And then I'm like, new one's coming out in a couple months. I'll wait.
Yeah.
So time is here. I'm gonna get a new one. Pretty dope, I think.
Yeah. I think so.
But yeah,
Again, on that one, the biggest seller for me is the waterproofness, the
water resistance. Yeah, definitely.
So
That's
it's
gonna
a
help.
definite-
I think that's gonna be good for overall too. Like if people think, oh, 1 meter is not a whole lot, it's like you're like if you fall into a pool, you're not falling to 6 feet below the pool. You're falling with 1 meter. Like you're
Yeah.
gonna fall within 3 feet.
Yeah.
So essentially, your phone will be okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to put it in a bag of rice and pray to the fucking cell phone god that it doesn't fucking fry
Exactly.
itself. Go sacrifice your neighbor's, children or something for it, which you should do anyways, because children are the worst.
But yeah.
especially Mike's neighbors, they're the fucking worst. But from the stories that I've heard, at least. But that's a nice improvement to the build to the phone itself. I like the fact that the camera's a little more sleek this time. Still protrudes, but not nearly as bad. Maybe I won't get a case this time.
And it's a 12 megapixel camera.
12 megapixel camera, 7 megapixel on the front, which is stupid.
They gave the dual LED flash.
Quad LED.
Well, quad LED, but
Yeah.
I meant dual colors.
Yeah,
what I
dual
should
colors.
said.
Yeah, the true tone.
Yeah, which all the pictures that they showed.
Fucking gorgeous. I realize they're
Fucking
professionals, but still,
gorgeous.
it's
But
a
still.
fucking camera, dude. Like, it's a
Yeah.
phone.
And they kept saying no touch-ups.
Yep.
So I'm going to trust them and say that there are probably no touch-ups
Yeah.
on it.
Crazy,
Fucking
yo.
gorgeous.
Crazy.
I'm not going to take so many pictures with that camera.
I'm gonna take so many. I already do take so many. But yeah. So I mean, really,
Quad core, then they're doing some core sort of splitting where it's 2 of the cores are going to be the faster ones where it handles most of the
big processing.
big processes. So I'm assuming like games and stuff like that. And then they have
Combined
2
with the
cores.
GPU.
Yeah, 2 cores are going to be for
The
lighter
mundane
stuff. So emails and whatnot, and it's going to try and save on performance of the battery. They said over the, I just remember the 6S Plus one, they said that the iPhone 7S will have a 7 Plus, yeah, sorry, will have a 1 hour more battery life.
Yep.
And was it 2 hour for the 7?
The 6 to 7.
6 to 7, yeah.
And vice versa. I mean, 6 to 7, 6 plus to 7 plus would be the same thing.
Yeah.
This motherfucker doesn't want to stay in Ultra Balls.
Ultra Balls? Damn, I caught it with a regular Pokeball.
Well, mine's also 8 something.
Oh, yours is 8. Go fuck yourself.
No, I think it's just numbers.
Oh, you sure?
Fuck.
Maybe you should just go fuck
834.
yourself. That's pretty much it with the phone. I know they spoke about the antenna and they integrated it more into the.
They made the bands limited or
yeah,
smaller in
smaller.
there. Unless you get the rose gold, they're blatant.
They reworked the touch button, the home button,
Yep.
including
has a new taptic feedback.
Yeah, which sounds pretty cool. Sounds like it's going to be more accurate, but unlike what a lot of people were thinking, where they were going to get rid of the button altogether on whatever this special iPhone 7S
The
active
one.
version was, they didn't do it. They didn't get rid of the button. It's still, now that's not to say it's not that it's a physical button like a click like you have now. I think it's going to be
A lot quieter, I think, because the
quieter.
mechanism is smaller.
Yeah, they hinted at it being more like the trackpad on a Mac.
The newer trackpad, the
Yeah,
tap pad or whatever the fuck they call
whatever
it now.
it's called.
I don't know. I don't have one of those fancy MacBooks.
Better
mine's
screen, brighter screen again on that.
brighter
one.
screen, better screen. The build of it makes the screen more flush to the body. So like right now, if you run your finger over it, you feel like that little separation. It's supposed to be better.
Yeah,
I think that's really it for
that's
the
really
phone.
it for the phone. And then the biggest one of the biggest things that come out of this conference for me is the headphones, the AirPods.
Yeah, and the fact there's no headphone jack on the 7
There's
or
no
the 7
headphones.
Plus.
Yeah, and
They're
I
using
know
it's using. People are all fucking.
Apple's already
pissy.
getting criticized about that.
Oh, they're trying to get rid of headphones. No, they're not.
No, they're not. In fact,
No,
they
you
include the
fucktards.
adapter directly
Which
in
is
the box. They said they're
way out of Apple's normal. They
Yeah.
they usually accessory the fuck out of everything.
Oh,
this,
you need something to go
Yep,
from a 30 pin
they're
to a lightning.
giving you a pair of earbuds, the ear pods
That
with the lightning
Thunderbolt.
plug on them.
Or lightning, yeah.
You then they give you the lightning to headphone jack adapter.
In case you have headphones
yep.
that you liked better than the.
And the best part is it's not a shitty fucking solid piece. It actually has a loose, like a good like.
Yeah, it's not
half
like
an
a
inch
little tiny
wire.
just converter right
Yeah,
there.
it plugs in and it has a little it's flexible, so you're not like you're not extending out more because it obviously has to have room for the headphone plug to go somewhere. That's the reason they took it out of the body, so they made more room because it's a quarter-inch jack,
Yeah.
right? But it's thin, but it's longer still. So you have to have all that receiver room. Now it's not in there, so you only have one thing plugging into the phone, which is the lightning cable. But then the adapter is flexible, so it's not just a solid piece of plastic that's going to snap off.
Yeah.
Because they easily could have been.
Oh, yeah.
This is a legit adapter that actually has a flexible plug on it, and it's one up on them because yes, they realized I guarantee you the meeting was like, well, should we make an adapter or should we put an adapter in the box? Yes. I work at social media portion of it, yes, because I don't want to hear these people fucking complaining on Twitter and Facebook and all those other goddamn places that they can't use their old headphones, or where Apple's forcing them to buy new headphones. Go fuck yourself. Like, it's a thing. It happens. Trust me.
The AirPods are absolutely
The AirPods
amazing.
are dope.
They were leaked kind of at the last minute that Apple was in development of, or going to possibly release a product that looked like some of the I forgot what the other names of them were, but they were the individual wireless headphones. So
they're Bluetooth headphones, but they're separate.
They're not connected by a wire. They're separate.
And the cool thing is, which is I haven't seen on anybody else's brand that make them, is they're independent of each other. So you can use a left ear or right ear separate from the other ones, because the other brands they have to be there. You can use one because the one is
they're made to be stereo though.
Yep, exactly, made to be stereo. This one can actually push the audio that would be normally through both headphones into one.
And
so
you could use it as a
Bluetooth
microphone.
Yep.
Yeah.
So in
there's
California,
microphones built into both of them. You can literally just take one out, and then it automatically switches over to just being one.
It has a sensor in it, so it knows exactly when it's in an ear. Like, it's fucking crazy. You can use Siri from it. You can tap on it, and
which is
you can
another
use
thing
Siri.
I love. You're not holding down a button or anything. It's literally just it looked like a double tap and done.
Yep. And Siri pops up in your ear, and you can talk to her like normal. You don't have to fucking shout.
There's no turning them on and off because, like you said, as soon as you take it out, it immediately detects that it's no longer in your ear,
Shuts
and
the
it just
headphone off.
shuts the headphone off.
5 hours of playback.
Which is absolutely fine.
The
for
case
me.
is a charger and a battery,
which is
pack,
dope.
so it can give you up to 24 hours of charge on the headphones. Be interesting to see how long it takes them if they're completely dead to recharge for an extra 5 hours.
True.
But I mean, after using them for 5 hours straight or so, if you're throwing them back in the case, they're going to charge up again.
Yeah, and then the case itself, it said 25 hours.
24 hours.
24 hours.
24 hours of charge in the case.
Yeah.
And then 5 hours each on the earpiece, on the earpieces. That's dope as fuck. The other part about it's cool is the fact that how they sync up to your phone and device. Not just your phone, your computer, or any Bluetooth device you're hooking it to.
Yeah.
So your computer, your watch, your iPad, whatever it is, you literally take the case, you put it near it, you flip it up, and then you get a notification on that device, and you click connect, and it pairs up automatically to the device.
And that's it.
By far, the easiest Bluetooth thing next to NFC I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Because NFC is definitely one of the best ways. You still have to go into Bluetooth and tell it, and boom, like this, you literally just put it next to the device you want, flip it open, and boom, it gives you a pop-up. Connect, boom, you're done.
Yeah.
That's fucking rad. And it switches from device to device, which they were talking about.
Yeah.
So if you want to go from your, like if you're going to go running.
And you don't want to
carry your phone with you, guess what you can do? You can throw your phone away from you, like, whatever, and you can stream stuff, well, not throw. I mean, you probably shouldn't throw your phone. Unless it's into 1 meter of water, and it's fine.
Yeah, perfectly fine.
Yeah. 1 meter of water.
1 meter.
2 meter of water, your phone's fucked.
1.1 meter of water, you're fucked.
Yep. 1 point anything. But yeah, so that's pretty dope. It's pretty rad. They look exactly like the EarPods now, just without the wire, and with a silver ring at the bottom.
They do look a little bit longer. And once I got a
little bit longer, yeah.
But that's where the battery is, and
that's
I'm
also where the
perfectly
mic's
okay
at.
with it. That's where the mic is, so it does give you a little bit closer to your.
Because it has
mouth.
the mic pickup on the earpieces, just like the current ones do, so you block out the background noise. But then it has a boom mic to catch what you're saying, so naturally, so you don't have to try to turn your head and talk into a mic.
Yeah, so it looks a lot more sleek than some of the other ones that you would see where they stick out.
It's stick to your head a little more because it just has a little bar that comes down. They're still stark white, so no matter what, it looks.
Yeah, I kind of would, like you said.
I really
during
wanted
the
a black
conference,
set or a
black
gray
version
set.
would have been a little bit nicer, but
just having white earphones just makes me fucking mad. Hey, guess what showed up?
But the biggest thing for me was the price. And
yes.
I said, so going into this, I've seen, like I've said, other products that have come out in the recent couple months, actually, that are the exact same thing, and they're priced right around the $300 to $400 mark. And while those things and that technology was really cool, that price was very prohibitive to me, especially with some of the reviews that were coming out, where you would hear people saying that, it was okay, but every once in a while one speaker would drop out because it's too far away from the phone, or however it works. Maybe your head's too dense and it just couldn't get the signal across the from speaker to speaker.
Mike is sitting right next to you.
Is
you
he?
know that, right?
You enjoying your meat curtain there?
Oh God. That's fucking disgusting.
So I said while they were talking about this, I said, Cody, if this is under $200,
If I'm not mistaken, you said
purchasing
if
it.
they're $199, I'm gonna purchase them.
they're $159.
$59.
Wow.
Incredible price.
Boom. They are undercutting by almost half.
Now, granted, thinking about this earlier today, we were talking about at lunch. Yes, they are Apple-only devices. Like, it's only going to work on Apple devices because the way it connects
Don't
up.
get an Android phone and
expect
these
them to
things
work. Yeah, but that's the thing, though. That's, again, very not Apple-esque because they're that price. Like, oh, people are going to... Yes, they don't want you to buy third-party brand headphones. They want you to buy their headphones.
Right.
So why not undercut the price? But they're not undercutting a price. They're making a new type of technology that works with their devices.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about
the
it is
R&D for them would be a lot less than what a lot of these other ones. Because
Yeah.
these other ones weren't from.
No.
They weren't from like JBL or any
No.
other giant brand name manufacturers.
there's just like
Sony,
smaller
whatnot.
brands. Like I
They
know
were
Jaybird
Kickstarter.
had ones.
No, it's Kickstarter programs. Jaybird hasn't had ones
Oh,
yet.
I thought they
These
did.
were like more of Kickstarter ones. No.
Oh, well, and Samsung released theirs.
Samsung released theirs, yeah.
Which only works with Samsung devices. So
Yeah.
go fuck yourselves if you're thinking Apple. Oh, Apple's trying to get you to buy their stuff. Of course they are. They're capitalists.
It's working so far.
Yeah.
I kind of want another iPad after watching this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like so obviously the big thing is there's a lot of stuff coming out. Refreshed watch, so Series 2. The new iPhone, the new AirPods as they're called. Pokemon Go gets an Apple Watch interface now. That's pretty dope. Mario's coming to the iPhone.
What?
Oh, big news from Mike.
Oh, he should listen to the podcast.
Yep, we're not going to
'cause
spoil it now.
we're
We
pretty
already
much
talked about it.
pretty much
So
about
wait
to-
till Friday.
Pretty much about to end it here.
Yep, we are. So yeah, I mean that was it for the press conference. We didn't really miss anything, I don't think.
We may have glossed over some stuff.
We glossed
and,
over
I
some
mean,
stuff.
we
Yeah, we didn't
talked a
go
little
over.
bit long.
We didn't go over all 10 points of the new iPhone. That
Right.
just seems redundant. You can look it up for yourselves. We talked about stuff that applies to
Yeah,
us.
go do some work for yourself.
Yeah, fuck you guys. We're not fucking slaves. But I said slaves. It wasn't racist. Slaves come in any color, mostly darker. But yeah, that's it for this week's episode. Comes naturally. We are
Joe.
kinda
Mike!
and Cody, and as usual, you fuckers just came naturally.